let me know if I hope my audio is okay. I was having like some audio glitches, but I'm hoping that they're better now. I don't know if they like carry over into VR, but we'll see. I know you can hear me, but I just meant like if there's like stuttering, is what I meant. I'm a little sick right now, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like force my voice right now or anything, cause my throat hurts. It's a little quiet. I can turn it up if that's the case. If you need to hear me better. Hold on. Let me see. Am I on the right microphone? I was kind of panicking because hold on. I was having tech issues and it was already 10 minutes until I said I'd be live and I was like, oh fuck. I don't want to be late. Thanks for the early stream. I wouldn't thank me. This is not gonna be I don't think this is gonna be a super fun stream. Let me know if I need to turn my voice up anymore, but I turned it up here. And hopefully that will be right. Like that'll be understandable. So one sec. My god. I can't stand my desktop. I actually hold on. Wait, how the fuck did I get on the Microsoft Discover? You know what? I'm rage baiting myself. I got it. Okay. I wanted to do this stream today. I thought about it a lot. I was having like a rough-ish time yesterday, kind of deciding like what to do. And I don't know. I feel like I kind of just want to preface this by saying like A, thank you for showing up. Even if this isn't going to be like a super fun stream. But also, I feel like the vibes of my channel and like especially like I'm gonna be honest, like me, like specifically, like the way that I carry myself publicly and like have been behaving, I feel like I've been like overtly negative recently, and I feel like it's not how I want to come off online especially. And when I say that, I mean like just like having a short temper, getting upset by things that usually wouldn't bother me, and I feel like a lot of complaining on my end, and I just want to say sorry for that because I feel like I haven't been super just like I just feel like my vibes recently haven't been super great, and I kind of want this to be the last time in a while that I talk about this stuff because I feel like I just don't want to. I don't want my channel or like any of my content to have like an overbearing like vibe, I guess, of like just like overbearing negativity. And I feel like recently, even when it is like something positive, it's kind of like there at the back, as you can kind of tell. I'm like agitated. And I thought that the best thing to do, and I'm really nervous about this. So I don't know how this is gonna go or how well I'm gonna like articulate my thoughts and feelings and stuff. But I'm gonna do my best to just be as honest as possible and open with you guys. I do want to say like I really appreciate everybody in my community a lot. Is kind of like the only thing that keeps me going a lot of times for like wanting to continue creating content. Over like the past year and a half, I'd say, I've met a lot of people that I really enjoy talking to, like in my server and on stream, and I like do look forward to seeing people's names in chat or just talking to them on Discord. Like I really love being involved with people, and I do want to say like thank you guys. Thank you guys for being there and being supportive, and it means so much to me, especially like in these times where I'm not doing as well. I don't really know where to start, so I think the best place to start is kind of like I guess from the beginning. I know that recently I've been like very spotty when it comes to just consistency in terms of like showing up and disappearing and showing up. And give me one moment. I'm going to turn my fan on because I'm really anxious, and this is so gross, but I'm really anxious and it's making me sweat. I'm like nervous sweating. Like knees weak, arms heavy. Palms are very sweaty. I feel like I'm trying to hold a wet bar of soap with my index controllers. I'm taking deep breaths. I'm just kind of like trying to calm myself down. I have my stuffed animal in my lap. I know that sounds really cringe, but I have my stuffed animal in my lap to like be like a comfort object. But no, I haven't really been as active at all, and like I want to say since last fall. And if you guys remember the last stream that I did, that was kind of like this, if you've been around that long, I think it was last October and November. And since then, I want to say it's really been off and on. Like, I will disappear for a month at a time. And I guess I don't know if people care or if this is gonna come off like really cringe, but so the last time that I did a stream like this, I remember kind of verbalizing like I wish I could tell you guys what was happening, and why I was doing so unwell. So I guess I can talk about it now. If you don't know, I was with my ex-fiance up until the end of March this year. And he was originally, sorry, I'm getting like heart palpitations. He was originally the person who really pushed me to stream, and was like the main motivator behind me starting not starting a channel, but like getting back into streaming. His intent was basically to be parasocial and for me to make a lot of money off of my chat, who he basically just saw as NPC pawns. He didn't see them as people, and he very much encouraged me to have that same viewpoint, and I was uncomfortable with it. But no, he was the one who initially pushed me to stream. And if you also are frequent and stuff like that, you might also know that he was very bad to me. So around the time last year, which was the time that I made the original stream, like of like, hey, I'm not doing great and I'm gonna be active less. So basically this kind of, but maybe more severe. He was very severely verbally and emotionally abusing me for the vast majority of our relationship, but starting in the summer of that last year, so around the summer of 2024, was when he started really trying to, I guess, control me and manipulate me and intentionally like trigger me and like say like harmful things to me. He would intentionally give me panic attacks and then ghost me while I was crying. it got to the point of I'd gotten home from a vacation with my friends, and it had gone really horribly. There was a lot of like personal like relationships that fell out because of that trip, and I was extremely upset. And then on top of that, I was coming down from MDMA, which is, I will admit, kind of my fault. Like that obviously was something within my control. But he I went to him seeking comfort, and it ended with him basically yelling at me so much and telling me he didn't care and that I was the problem and the source of all his problems, to the point that I attempted suicide that summer. And when I woke up about a day and a half later, he, instead of caring, cussed me out and got mad at me. And this was very frequent. He would often like say just very, very horrible things to me about some I don't necessarily want to repeat. I have them written down. If you guys are comfortable with me reading one or two of the milder ones, just to explain, I guess, to give you a vague idea of what he put me through. It's hard to type, my hands are shaking. So this was something he said to me. He had a really bad habit of mixing his sleeping pills with alcohol and then abusing me while he was high and drunk. I don't know what you'd call it. I'll read a few of them. We got, you're not a fucking interesting person. You're fucking useless and not good for anything except for getting pregnant. I hope you have another stroke and it makes you retarded so I can just use your body to breed. You're a fucking ugly, useless, stupid piece of shit. I hate you. I hope you realize that there's nobody else who's going to love you and care for you as much as I do. So if you leave me, you can just fucking kill yourself. And it goes on. Here's one that says, you're just a whore who needs to learn when to shut the fuck up and be used. And I endured, things like that being said to me extremely frequently, on stream. Not on stream, sorry. My head's mixed up. Not on stream, like over text and on call and in real life. And that was when it started. But the reason this relates to streaming, and I guess I just want to get it off my chest, because I don't want to hide it anymore. Because I think he's a horrible person, and people deserve to know that he's a really horrible person. And I visited him in August. And while he was... Sorry. It was in August I visited him, and he was mixing his sleeping pills and his alcohol while I was there visiting him in person. The first night that he did it, he basically held me like down. I'm trying to phrase this delicately. He was very out of it, and he was trying to initiate intimacy with me, and I was being like adamant that I didn't want to do anything with him because he was clearly not in his right mind, and I knew he wasn't gonna remember. Like, I knew like he wasn't in a state to do that. And when I said no, he started telling me how useless I was if he couldn't even have sex with me, and he pinned me down to the bed and got on top of me, and for that like time, like I genuinely thought like he was going to like hurt me. And so I had slapped him. I had slapped him to get him off of me, and I ran out of the room. And while he was like shaken up, like I went outside just to get away from him. I took his sleeping pills and I threw his sleeping pills into the garden so he couldn't take them anymore. And he basically like chased me when I went outside and followed me. And I was yelling at him to get away from me, and like I didn't want him near me, and I went back into the house and back into his room and locked the door. And he was on the other side of the door, and he started like banging on the door and trying to make me let him in. And eventually I did let him in. But like after that, the night after, he like held me down again and started telling me like all the things he hated about me and how like I was nothing without him. And it was around this time that I started developing like stomach ulcers due to how stressed I was all the time being with him. And that's kind of when it started getting really bad, and I had to stop streaming because I wasn't mentally, like I couldn't, I was completely like, I was shut down. I didn't want to appear on stream. I didn't want to interact with people publicly. I was scared and anxious and sick all the time. I was like losing weight, vomiting. And he would repeatedly do things like this where he would mix drugs that he wasn't supposed to, or get really drunk and be really abusive, up until the point that I broke up with him back in March. And I going through that and trying to keep up like streaming appearances was not something that I could do, because I knew that if I was streaming, then the mask would slip and he would get mad at me, which he did. He would do that if I said something on stream that he felt was off. He would get mad at me and start blaming me and yelling at me. If he thought that I liked my chat more than I liked him, which is ridiculous, right? He would get mad at me. There was a point he was being so cruel to people in my server that I had to ban him from my server in order to like not have like this huge like implosion. And he started threatening me if I didn't unban him from my Discord server. Mind you, this was a 32-year-old man at the time, which is absolute insanity to me. But with that, blackmailing, telling me things like after one of my best friends passed away that he hoped the rest of my friends passed away, and yelling and screaming at me for crying. Which of that night, I do have video evidence of that happening after my friend died. I don't plan on sharing it, but like I'm prepared to show that I was like, yeah, this did happen. This guy's fucking insane. But after that relationship and enduring like a bit over a year of abuse with him, because he didn't really start doing anything until about a year in the relationship. I am going to be completely honest. I'm not the same person. I'm not the same person that I used to be. The same person that started streaming and was consistent, and I've kind of reached a point of I do genuinely love streaming, but I don't know what like the future holds for me in that regard. For those who don't know, I struggle pretty severely with borderline discouraged type. If you don't know what that is, there's basically 4 subtypes of borderline personality disorder. I have discouraged, which is the internalized part, so it's focused mainly on lashing out at yourself and self-harm behaviors and just usually like self-hatred, as opposed to a lot of the other subtypes of borderline where it is usually the person who would like doing actions to other people. But I have ever since my relationship with him, my borderline has been like very severe compared to when I had first gotten diagnosed. I had barely even met the threshold for a diagnosis. After breaking up with him, sorry, like, I got a little bit of tears dripping down my face, but he I don't know, he messed me up in ways I didn't even realize until I started being with my current boyfriend, and I was left with like worse borderline PTSD, kind of like random panic attacks. I went from like being able to like take everything to even like the slightest like offenses or the slightest things that may hurt my feelings will like upset me to like such a degree that I become inconsolable over what is sometimes absolutely nothing. And I feel crazy. Like, honestly, I feel crazy. But ever since I broke up with him, I've been trying and trying to get back into being a consistent and full-time content creator, and it's been incredibly difficult. Because my most popular content, my ASMR videos, were like, those were after our fights. I would make those ASMR videos, like, even though they were jokes, like, it would be after me and him would have these huge screaming fights where he's like threatening me and yelling at me and telling me these things until I break down sobbing and like begging him to like please stop and please just like please be nice to me. Like, I remember like so many times like sobbing and actually pleading on my knees in person, begging him to please stop saying things to me. Which is, it's kind of pathetic to admit, I will say. But I don't know, it really changed me as a person. And I don't know if it's association or opening myself up to people, as like, which is just the nature of the internet, right? Anybody can see anything. But I find that every time I stream, it's very, very difficult for me because I get triggered by something small that maybe isn't even something like of somebody being mean. Maybe it's just somebody said a certain thing that put me on edge, or I'll just be constantly on guard of like even the slightest offense because like I'm scared. And dealing with that and like having panic attacks on nearly a daily basis for months, and it's finally calming down. Over the past month or two, it's like maybe like every few days, once a week, as opposed to every day, which I am glad. But no, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for thinking the videos were funny. It's okay. They were made to be funny. It's a bait and switch. It's a classic bait and switch. I know that they're funny. But they were made, they were made after arguments, and that's kind of like a vent, but they were made intentionally to be comedy. But I've been too unstable to stream, honestly. Like, or be live, or post videos, or just be online in general. Like, I find myself drawn away from it, which sucks because I genuinely love this. And I just feel like I don't know, I feel like I needed to have this because I feel like literally every time I feel like such a bitch. Every time I stream and every time I post a video on YouTube, I just feel like a bitch who complains all the time. Like I'm literally like, damn, girl, do you not have anything good to say ever? Like, that's how I feel like when I look at my own stuff. Which sucks. You're one of the strongest people I've ever met. I appreciate it. I don't know, I don't necessarily see myself as like a very strong person. I'm like, I said it last time I did one of these streams. I am a very weak person. I'm extremely sensitive. I take a lot of things personally when I shouldn't. I have really bad abandonment issues, including just like people I barely know. Like if somebody that I liked and was talking to all of a sudden like blocked me and left my server, I would be genuinely upset. Like I shit you not, it's so bad. But I don't know, it's just been the point of like I just can't bring myself to stream because I'm scared that I'm gonna cry or blow up on somebody and have to, you know, like backtrack and save face. Like I don't know what to do because I want to stream and I want to do these things, and it hurts me to like see like time pass by and it's like, oh, here's a month since my last post, 2 months, or something I thought I posted yesterday and it's like actually already been a week. And like I feel bad, I feel guilty, I feel like I'm not doing enough, I guess. Like I feel like I don't do enough to have the right to complain because I'm barely active anymore. Like, what was it? I remember I made that video about like my ASMR content. Like I'm almost embarrassed I made that video and then just suck it up. Cause like, yeah, I did feel that way, but part of me feels stupid for even feeling that way. And I should have just sucked it up and taken the paycheck instead of like whining about people only wanting my most popular content. Like I feel like was it a stupid move? Maybe. I don't know. Shouldn't feel, I guess, I don't know if it's my fault, but like crying or crashing out might be okay, but I feel like there's a time and place, and stream is not the time nor the place for that. But I don't know. I don't think anybody who matters, I guess, for lack of a better word, was upset by that video, but it does make me sad when I have to disappoint people, like, and like recently I've kind of been at the point of like considering I don't want to graduate because I do want to keep doing stuff, but I don't know how often I should be doing it. And this has kind of been brought on. Yesterday I was in therapy and we were talking about stuff that can be a cause and trigger for stuff, and I realized I was like, my streams are like, being on stream is almost making me worse. Like it's making my mental health worse by putting myself in that vulnerable environment when I am like, I need to be like given space to heal. But I don't know. This is kind of word vomity. I thought of what I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I have like a grand conclusion. I just think I don't know if you should just be expecting me to be super consistent anytime soon. I have been going to therapy. for my borderline and for my trauma, and it's been going okay. But recently I've just kind of been more focused on IRL stuff. Between my like relationships with my friends and my partner and my family. I've been doing more like personal projects in terms of like working on avatars and worlds and learning like shader code and just kind of taking time to myself. But I kind of feel like I feel bad about it to a degree because I can only think of how long it's been since I stream half the time. As long as you're here tomorrow, happy. I mean, that's my plan. I know, like I mentioned in a tweet not long ago, last week was the 2-year anniversary of when I had my stroke. And this week is the year anniversary since my last attempt. I don't remember the exact day. I only remember the day I got out of the hospital. And I think I'm about 8 months clean, give or take a little bit, on abusing like my prescriptions, which is good. I'm no longer abusing my prescription drugs or my over-the-counter medications. I don't know. I still working on the alcohol, but that's been a thing forever. But I don't know. I've been doing better. Stuff has been kind of just weird for me lately. 'Cause I'm healing, but as I said, like the abuse kind of changed me, and I don't really feel like the same person anymore, and I don't know what I want to do or what direction I really want to go in right now. I do know that I still love streaming, and I don't want to stop anytime soon, as it's genuinely just really fun, and everybody is cool, save for the handful of bad apples that there are. I don't know. That was kind of my issue. I know I addressed it in my server as well. Is like, maybe it's just, I can't tell if it's me being overly sensitive or it's just like people that, like, I always had like one stinker. Every stream, I felt like I've had one stinker in chat that I tried to get benefit of the doubt and ended up having to ban because they were being a doo-doo head. But I don't know. It's kind of been hard to stream, especially because I felt like since I came back from like semi-hiatus, like, I don't know how to explain. Stream has almost felt like cold. Not like I don't know how to explain it. Not like anybody is being particularly hostile, aside from the handful of people that have been. But I feel like I felt like every time I'm streaming, I'm not doing it because I'm enjoying it anymore. Like, it felt like I was doing it because I had to, and it felt like chat knew that I was only streaming because I had to. So, like, I just feel like I've been like noticeably off and gone, and I also make the announcement like publicly of like I'm gonna try to be as active as I can be, but don't expect me to be consistent. And if you are interested because you want, like, you care about consistency and you want to leave, like, that's fine. Like, I understand. But I think it's what's best for me is to just kind of freeball it for a while, and just not have any expectations, especially for myself, because I feel like if I don't meet my own expectations, I take it out on myself really badly. Like I feel like such garbage when I'm not making stuff because I feel like I'm like letting people down and letting myself down. And so I think I'm just gonna stop caring, and I feel like that'll honestly be better, and I'll do more stuff because I don't care anymore. I'll just be doing it for me. But never felt that way about the streams. I guess I don't know, I get worried that the mask can slip sometimes. Especially like I just feel like when I like call out people or I'm being kind of short-tempered or rude, I don't think that's okay to do, especially if somebody doesn't really deserve it and I'm just kind of in a shitty mood. And I get really worried about like people thinking that I'm a bitch, because I don't want to come off that way, because I like to think that I'm a sweetheart. Like, yeah, I'm a shithead, but I try to be a sweetheart. And then when I'm mean to people, it makes me feel bad. But I also need to learn where to draw the line. Casual viewer that came from Insta. That's fair. I mean, I know that people come around. And a lot of people have. And I'm seeing a lot of the same people that always do. And I really do appreciate it. I don't know. There's a lot of, I guess, bad memories held in streaming for me right now. And a lot of instability on my part. And I want to be better before I come back, so that maybe I won't be the same person that I was when I started streaming, but I can be just as happy as I was when I started streaming and enjoying it just as much. I might get an IRL job. I'm sorry for saying the J word, but and kind of just put streaming on the back burner. I'm not sure, but all I know is that what I've been doing isn't working, and I just felt like it was important to let you guys know why it wasn't working. I don't know, maybe this was just like one big trauma dump and I like look insane and you guys are like, holy shit, who cares, you crazy whiny ass attention seeking bitch. And if you think that, I think that's okay, because there might be a little like grain of truth to it. But I don't know, I just think it's important for you guys to understand me a little bit better. And not just see me as a screaming person. Because I also feel like a lot of people, and their behavior towards me comes from the fact that they don't see me as a person. And I guess maybe it humanizes myself a little bit, but I am a person who's been through a lot. I'm a person who wants to keep going. I don't really know how. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just happy to be here and happy to have what I do have, because I don't even know how I ended up with it. But it's gonna take a while, and I've just been stuck in a rut for literally like it's been like a year. I still plan on doing something for Chudmas though, because it's Chudmas. We have to do Chudmas. Although it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same now, as I can't bake a cake this time. And Chud used to be like my niche funny haha, and now it's like a really big meme and it's not as funny anymore. Now it's like having like a 6-7 stream, dude. I hate that Chud. I mean, it was brain rot to begin with, but now it's like real brain rot. None of us know what we're doing. That is true. I guess I extra don't know what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. Like, I'm gonna admit it fully. I'm an idiot. I'm a little stupid. I'm naive. I get attached way too easily to things that literally I have no reason getting attached to. I take everything personally. I am unstable. Like, I got a lot of things going not great for me. It's not the easiest to sell, but I'm doing the best that I can right now, and I'm trying to learn how to do even better than that. And we'll see how it goes. One day at a time, true. I guess I'm tired of doing it one day at a time, because I've been doing it one day at a time for my whole life. I'm a little fed up with it. But thank you guys. You don't have to convince me to love you. I don't want to fix her. Whatever's wrong with her is way hotter. But I don't know. I guess that's all I really had to say. I'll have the VOD on my page. I might highlight it to keep it on my page. I'm not sure. I'll probably post it on YouTube. We'll see how it goes. I guess that's all I had to say. I feel a little awkward now because I just like trauma dumped to how many people are here. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know how many people I just trauma dumped to. But I don't know. It's been very up and down, touch and go on a day-to-day basis. One morning I'll wake up, feel great. 2 hours later, I'm sobbing and praying to a god I don't even believe in to make the pain and suffering end, please. And that's just a normal Tuesday for me. So, like, I got like a golden pass. I got high mileage points on the struggle bus. Let's just say that. Slay my chuddy queen. I don't know how to. I don't know how to respond to that. God's strongest chudette. Are you guys trying to make me feel better or worse? Are you trying to make me feel better or worse? You didn't trauma dump me. I don't know. I just feel like it's important. I feel like shit. You get off socials. That's fair. I've been on social media a lot less. I haven't really been like even doom scrolling as often. And not really posting because it just not in the mood. I haven't even really been talking to like my friends, to be honest. I've been a really bad friend recently. I've been ghosting everybody. But I just like I cannot bring myself to like talk to people. But that's it. Thank you guys for listening. I am gonna end stream. I imagine that I'm probably gonna have some loser. Don't thank you for the sub. You didn't have to do that. I thought I had stuff like that paused. I couldn't figure out how to turn ads off, but I turned everything else off. But I don't know. There's gonna be some like loser in my comments who's gonna be like, this is the most pathetic thing that I've ever seen, and I think you should delete your entire channel. And then also, I really love jerking off and crying at the same time. It's one of my hobbies because I'm such a loser. Or something like that. I imagine I'll get a comment similar to that. But, thank you. Thank you for being here. You guys mean a lot to me. Just for showing up and being kind and even outside of the stream being supportive. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, and it's very encouraging to have people, I guess, that care. Not just about what I make, but also about me. I think that's pretty awesome sauce. But that's it. I don't know when my next stream will be. And I won't promise it soon. Hopefully it will be like semi-soon because I don't know. I don't want this to be the only thing on my channel for a while. If this was the only video on my channel, that'd be so sad. But I love you guys. Bye. Thank you for listening.